Hey there, and welcome to another Dave Does video, and today we are going to be checking out a song called She's Coming by the band Skarlet. Now, this is a video I shot, would have been almost 4 weeks ago since I shot it, and this is more of a review of the actual video. I'll also be doing a making of video where I'll break down all the time kind of layers, the elements that we did, some of the raw footage, some of the filters that were put over the top, some of the shooting ideas, etc, and how the whole track came to be. But this one's really just to sort of play the song from start to finish and go through there. Now, the idea of this video was gestating around for quite a long time. We initially talked about it in April, we shot it in July, so that gives you a good kind of 3 months of talking about it. And we had this idea of this avenging character seeking revenge. There was a whole load of different treatments from or ideas that came out from me. A lot of it was around quite gory elements, real kind of gruesome revenge elements, like because I think it was when Kim, the singer of Skarlet MV, mentioned the word or the song Crow, or the film The Crow. I kind of went down that route with quite gruesome revenge killings, but we didn't want to do any actual killing or pretend visualized killing in the video, so we kind of had to do it something a little bit different, and I'll explain a little bit as we go through it. But the idea was the next phrasing was Candyman, and we kind of built from that. This was also building off for the video Bleed For Me. So in Bleed For Me by Skarlet MV, you've got Kim basically slowly killing off her band, and they all come back awake. And this is kind of like meant to be a much later period of time in my head when I was visualizing it, but this is them much further down the line. They've had time to go from being white t-shirt minions to their own kind of characters, but all kind of working with Kim, or in this case Skarlet, as I keep referring to. But let's go check it out. This is Skarlet MV and She's Coming, and I'll talk through it as we go through. So again, my usual distinctive style, quite dark, grainy. I love like the old horror film looks. A little bit of static. There's quite a lot of like pre-stuff before the song kicks in. So here was the idea, was to try and do, I sort of suggested, because we were going to have talking bits like this bit here where the guy Kurt runs up to the guy Mark and says, "Hey mate, my friend's unwell, can you come and help me, it's urgent." We were going to act it out, but then realised that we were going to get too much background noise, stuff like that from the speaking. It wasn't going to work the way we wanted it, so it was actually the idea to make it look like a bit like a graphic novel, and do certain scenes would just be this, and it's mainly the beginning and the ending that has it. We don't do much of it during the main part of the song. Now if you're very careful here, if you look at this bit in the scene, Mark just going up the stairs actually slightly trips just at the end, but we left it in as my little favourite little blooper. There he goes. Only catch it just. So obviously being a Skarlet MV fan, just checking in on that guy, another one of our favourite actors, Andy. Thank you very much for your support, and you, Kirk, of course. He pulls a knife. Now I do find the text probably went a bit quicker than I'd like, and there was a little bit of a glitchy cut there, but I kind of think of that as like the old horror films where they jump a little bit like the real splits. Kurt was getting really into this mugging. We had to shoot it on 2 cameras, a head camera, and there's a necklace that he's wearing, independent, which Skarlet, or Kim, is also wearing in this video. And this is the idea that they're linked. He's taking it. By taking the pendant, Kim is being summoned, and there she is. In all her devilish glory, ready to seek revenge. Devil eyes. Threw those in as a last minute kind of addition to the video. They're heading off to the car to leg it. And they're being blocked. It was very sunny this day again as well as a problem. See by the shadows. And there we go. Fuck this, let's get the fuck out of here. So this shot's more like a security camera. It's meant to be anyway. And all these first person camera shots were me early in the morning running around like a crazy person. They split up to basically see the gal. Now if you didn't notice it, I'm just going to show you something. If you hadn't noticed this, he's ringing the bell, and I didn't realise at the time, but the actual door is open to the lift. No, I didn't realise this until after we'd already signed off and the video was due for release. Because, yeah, I was meant to crop it tighter and I hadn't, and I didn't realise until afterwards. And I'd watched this video so many times until afterwards, but actually if you look here, you can see this line is actually the inside of the lift. Luckily it's quite dark, so you don't really notice it, but yeah, it happens. Bit of flashback, so we just cut that 2 shots, kept the camera the same, got rid of one, got out the other. They both back up to go together. Split up at this point, and I was really clear with the band. They were never at any point to like branch out or be comical. The idea is they're just basically lurking the whole time. It's all about intimidation, right? They're just there. Every time like Kirk or Andy thought that they got away from them. This is a cool area, bro. Let me know in the comments if you know where we shot it, and band members are not allowed to comment on this. Dan just sitting on the wall. Should give me like a fishing rod. This shot was me running over a bridge at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, or 6:30, something like that. You can actually see, if you look at closely at the side, you can actually see the camera moving. That ties in with Andy running over. There were actually 2 other locations I didn't shoot today, which I probably should have, but since she's got the necklace there. That's the tie, it's the 2 necklaces. It's that bond. There was actually one other camera shot there, which I, for whatever reason, thought I filmed it, and it was only after the editing that I didn't have that footage. So we had to kind of cobble something together out of some spare footage. It's lucky I shot some spare footage to use. I made them run a lot. We did a lot of walking, a lot of running. I think we only shot for about 3.5 hours, I think, total. Might be even less, it might have been just about 3 hours. I think we were in the pub by lunchtime. Lots of people giving us funny looks when we were doing this. Back to the story element. Giving his stuff back. Kirk struggling to get the necklace out of his pocket. Now they're asking for forgiveness. There's the payment again. So we saw it on Kim's neck. Next question, should we call them off? Questioning. Should we forgive them? It was a sly little grin there from Marky. I didn't even ask him to do that, he just got that perfectly. I bet tell us it's a smile, but not that kind of. I do love that ending. So what I liked about that is it's we didn't do any performance related stuff, so there was no kind of bands playing or anything. It was all about the story. I thoroughly enjoyed it, kind of the putting together. It came together really easy. We didn't shoot it 100% in sequence, but we kind of did locational sections in sequence and knew which shots we needed. So when it's weird, I think we finished filming it at lunchtime on a Saturday, and I think by the end of down Saturday I had the first version ready, and by Sunday lunchtime we'd signed it off. It's the quickest turnaround I think I've had in a video, as far as from filming to signing off the video, and it doesn't happen that way very often, but that's because we had a very storytelling element, so it was easy to train it together. When you've got band performances and you've got to cut back and forth, that's when it becomes a bit more of a challenge. I didn't want Kim to go into full shot, I just wanted to see the hand at the end to make it you just don't know the end question mark. It's always that kind of leaving it on the end, the suspense element, and that's what I wanted to do, get this kind of real kind of thriller, suspenseful horror movie vibe to the whole thing, and I think we did a pretty good job with that. But I would like to know what you think in the comments down below. Now if you liked that video, you liked this video, let me know in the comments, and that of course is how Dave does it.